My people, wahala don wear agbada like this o, no be small something o. Everywhere just dey boost like this. Social media is on fire after Senator Ned Nwoko drop im long statement about wetin happen between him and Regina Daniel. Guys, as I go social media go dey read all these things, e shock me. Plenty things inside the statement wey Senator Ned Nwoko drop like this, e shock me. But guys, I must talk my mind small. Yes, I say make I talk my mind small because some things no dey just add up at all. But before I talk wetin dey my mind like this, I go like make I show una wetin Senator Ned Nwoko drop in his word, so that as una dey follow up, as we dey talk dey go, una no go feel lost or confused as we dey talk dey go. So I'm going to do that. He dropped a video, two video wey show Regina Daniels' brothers defending the sister in Senator Ned Nwoko's house, and he can drop long and lengthy caption wey be say I wan give una like this. He talk say these videos shows Sammy, Regina Daniels' brother, repeatedly coming to my home and harassing my children and domestic staff, especially whenever I am not around. His visits were often aggressive and disruptive. This is someone I sponsored through his last 2 years at the University of Ekpoma. I bought his musical instruments, rented and furnished a flat for him in Abuja, in addition to the house I bought for Regina in Asaba before our marriage for the use of all of them. I also routinely provided allowances to all members of their family, including her mother, Regina Daniel. Indeed, in the last 2 years, I have a record of transferring 125 million to her alone. When Regina started her rehabilitation, there was a clear instruction by the doctor to strictly restrict people, especially her enabler, from having access to her. The therapy was arranged after I noticed troubling challenges in her behavior linked to the dependence of certain illegal substances, including going for 48 hours without sleeping and eating every 2 hours. Unfortunately, Sammy, Destiny, some of their siblings, together with few of their friends, notably Sonia Uche Montana, amongst others, constantly defied those instructions. They would come into the house uninvited, sometimes forcing their way in, and would bring her the same drug which she was being treated for. Instead of helping her recover, they encouraged her addiction and completely frustrated the efforts of the doctors and therapists working with her. It is important to note that Lawrence, Sammy, his girlfriend, NK, Destiny, Sonia, and others also took the same drug as Regina. In fact, Lawrence and Sammy were the ones who first introduced and supplied these drugs to her. They were deeply involved in the habit themselves, and rather than helping her get better, they kept drawing her back into the same destructive lifestyle. I do not drink alcohol nor smoke. In fact, I am a vegetarian, so I found these characters and behavior reprehensible and totally unacceptable. Just 2 weeks ago, I woke up around 5 a.m. and realized that Regina was in my room and on the phone. She was clearly high, and she knows that I do not want her in my room in that condition. I asked her to go to her room, and she said to me that Sammy's girlfriend was in her room. I was alarmed and angry because that girl should never have been in my house, let alone around Regina, since she is one of the enablers who constantly bring her the substance she is addicted to. I told Regina that the girl had to leave, and one of my drivers dropped her off. 30 minutes later, Sammy came to my house shouting and demanding that I come downstairs to face him. He said I had no right to ask his girlfriend to leave my house. He was ranting and threatening, waking up everyone, including the children. I eventually went downstairs and had to instruct the security to physically push him out of my compound. And the level of audacity was shocking. Without the influence of drugs, could he have been able to boldly and could he have been so boldly and bold and disrespectful? They did not stop there. On several occasions, they verbally assaulted and intimidated the police officers stationed at the house for security. The officers were simply following instructions to restrict access for the sake of Regina's recovery. But Sammy, his group, would insult and threaten them. Whenever Regina Daniel wanted to go out and I was not around, she would become extremely hostile toward the police and the domestic staff. She would shout, threaten, and use abusive words, insisting that she must leave the house no matter what. There was at least 2 serious incidents where she left home in the evening and did not return until the next day. The first incident, she returned in the morning around 9 a.m. When I asked where she had been all night, she casually said she was at the nightclub. When I questioned why she would stay out all night, ignoring my calls and refusing to answer messages, her response was, "You are not my father, so don't ask me where I was." I found out that she was with Kazis, and Kazis was staying in the Regina's house in Life Camp. Kazie is the chemist and supplier of the group. I had to go to Life Camp at 6 p.m. to ask her to leave. With her around Regina, the therapy become a joke. On another occasion, on the kids' birthday to be precise, I returned home with the kids because Regina said she stay in the Nollywood with a Nollywood friend for dinner. She didn't return until 5 p.m. the next day. I took so much nonsense just for the sake of the kids. I also knew the drug had a lot to do with it. As to her reason for continuing with drugs, she will always say, just like her mother, that it is a celebrity lifestyle. They'll always mention 2 well-known pop stars. Imagine the pain of a husband trying to help his wife recover, only to have the process sabotaged by her siblings and friends, the very people who have been supporting her healing. The pattern of behavior made it almost impossible for her to recover each time progress was made. They would undo it by smoothing in the same drugs she was fighting to give up. The entire household lived in tension and fear because of her constant harassment, interference, and disregard for boundaries. It will be interesting to know her reason for the violent behavior in the house and the day that Sammy and her siblings came to attack my staff and security, taking Regina away after doing a video which was posted the next day. Why did they do that video? Why did they post it? They simply planned and orchestrated a script all in my absence, regardless of the fact that my kids were there. They took away many things from my house, including one of my phones, money, and many other items. Everything that happened that day was in my house, in my absence. Nobody was beaten, and nobody could have contemplated that. It is blatantly false to say that I sent thugs to beat Regina in another house. The video that went viral was filmed entirely in front of my house by Regina's sister and her friends. It was a pure Nollywood scenario in front of my property in my absence. Sammy would or should have a life of his own outside of Regina and focus on building his career independently. When his brother Lawrence went to London a couple of years ago to do his master's degree, I personally sponsored him with $75,000 for tuition and upkeep. I sent him abroad partly to help him escape the toxic environment of drugs exposure and bad influence around them at the time. Out of fairness, I offered Sammy the same opportunity, but he declined, insisting he wanted to remain in Nigeria to pursue his music career. Unfortunately, he has since been arrested several times by both the police and the AFCC. His behavior has become increasingly violent and unstable. What he needs now is total rehabilitation and professional guidance. Otherwise, his aggression and self-destructive tendencies will only worsen. All right, I don't try to read all this grammar from Ned Nwoko. Shebun I don't hear waiting Ned Nwoko talk. Now my shook mouth for waiting they hear. All right, I'm going to be really fair, and I'm not going to be completely supporting Regina Daniel or Ned Nwoko until I bring another, or until I see Regina Daniel's own side of the story. But this is actually the Ned Nwoko's own side of the story. First of all, make we talk the truth, guys. Regina na young woman we don't go through plenty pressure since she married that man, Ned Nwoko. You know, from internet dragging to all the talk about her age, she don't always try to calm. She don't always try to keep calm face and focus on her work. Anybody we don't watch this babe go know say she dey smart, she dey focused, and she sabi turn negative talks into blessings. Now, hearing all these heavy things flying up and down, abeg, make we reason am with sense. Sometimes when marriage wahala start, both sides they talk from pain. I know this for a fact, and everybody they try defend their image. But for me, I'm going to say that today, I feel say people too quick to forget how supportive Regina Daniel don't always look in public. They always post love and family. They push brands. They smile like person we no get wahala or we no want wahala at all. And my people, make we no lie. Sometimes when gist like this burst on social media, many people just they look for who to drag, but who they really think about how the woman feel inside. I mean, whether she talk or she no talk, she still be human being. We fit hot or fit cry. You know. You see, one thing is for sure now, I don't even want to enter deep into this detail where they talk, For me, the main thing we matter now peace and healing. Marriage no be by force. Yes, marriage no be by force. You know be battlefield now. If wahala don't reach the point where everybody they post statement, it means say plenty hurt don't happen behind the scenario. But one thing I go always talk be say Regina Daniel don't build a name way too strong to spoil. Though it already scattered, honestly. Her work ethics, her brands, and the way she carries herself will always speak for her. Yes, I mean, whenever she wants, she's ready to do that. Whether in politics, acting, or businesses, the babe they move with grace. Sometimes silence na power. Even if she no talk, that silence they loud pass 1,000 reply. I'm going to be honest, guys. All this dragging and side talk no go solve anything. What's where the young woman need right now? Waiting the young lady need right now, rather. Na peace of mind, no drama at all. So my people, before una rush go comment section, go they choose side or take side as una they always do. Just remember saying now only those two people know waiting really they happen for inside their house. All we fit do right now to pray, make peace return, make truth stand, and make everybody involved, make everybody where they involved in this drama find healings. Now waiting me have it talk be that Regina Daniel still remain that strong, talented queen where many people they look up to. Drop your comment on the comment section. Do not forget to like, share, and support this platform. But abeg, talk am with love, no hate. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Gist never finish for this side, guys. See you guys in my next video.